Okay, so as you can see, we've moved on a little bit. It is another day. I can only work a few hours a day because it's, you know, summer holidays, so I've got childcare and stuff. And anyway, that's all excuses. But it's fine. Like I say, I'm doing this job gratis, as I say. Anyway, this has been causing a few problems yesterday afternoon. As you saw in the other shot, only this was up then. This has been causing problems because there is actually, you probably can't see it, but there's a massive gap here. So what I'm going to have to do here is do what is called a set. We have to do a bend in this in order to make this flush with the wall. I'm going to do the same with this one to get it flush with this one, so it's a much bigger set that I'm going to have to do to get onto here. It's probably out of shot actually. So we're going to do a set here. I've got my bendy spring. Let me show you the bendy spring actually. Bendy spring. This is a 20mm one. You can get 25s. And this is what it says. This actually goes into the conduit and allows you to bend it without it breaking. Now it's actually, although it's overcast, it's actually quite a warm day, so it should actually be fairly easy to bend this. Now I've got to bend it obviously in two directions. I've got to do like a Z bend. So we'll do that and we'll get this on here. Pretty much, because I've only got to do a shallow bend, I might do this over my knee. I might just be able to do it by hand. We'll just have to go and see what we have. See how we go with that. So anyway, so we'll do that. Right, bendy springs. You can warm up the pipe. It's actually still quite cold out here, so I'm just going to warm this up. Let's try that again. Try that. See if that works. Right, okay, we're in. That set worked really well. Let's move that down. That's now flush with the wall. Take that off. That's nice and flush. Got a nice little set gone in there, all nicely screwed in, so we're happy with that. Now, the next problem we've got, or the next thing I've got to work out, is this wall is incredibly thin. Okay, it is actually that wall is only just thicker than that, which means I cannot put a junction box on the other side of this wall in the exact same position as this. So I'm going to have to do a back entry into here. And I'm going to have to put in something on the outside wall. I'm not sure what yet, to get to a junction box, which I'm going to have to put probably slightly further down, probably down here. So that's not ideal. And obviously, before you ask, why didn't I drill into this? Well, as you can see, it's not that thick, so that's not going to work either. So probably what I'm going to have to do is I'm probably have to go through the wall here, fit a 20mm conduit, a bend, come down slightly, and then just offset the junction box, because it's just no way of putting a junction box in exactly the same place as that on the outside wall. That's just not going to happen. So I'll think about that. Oof. Right, so managed to do it in the end. So we've got a conduit going through and out to the outside, which I will glue into place. So I just want to make sure it all fits. It all fits quite nicely. As you see, it really is a narrow It really is a narrow wall, this. So that's going to have to come like that, but we'll glue it into place so it doesn't move. So that's nice and be nice and watertight. What we're going to do is I'm going, because I'm doing the metal clips outside, because I'm going to run the conduit from here, some conduit down to here, and then a little bit down here, and I'm going to put the other junction box here, which will be well away from that. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to mount it yet on the outside. I haven't worked that out yet. But it means if I put a piece of conduit from there, the same distance from there to there, I only need to put a metal clip here, which means I can drill in from the outside and it'll come into this, so I don't have to worry about that. Put the junction box there, somehow get it attached to the wall, and then the SWA cable will come to the wall there. Not exactly the ideal solution, but it's the only one I think I can come up with on this. As I say, I can't put a junction box the other side of the wall. Never mind. Okay, we're going to be sinking this earth rod now, so we don't have to dig too deep because that's the box we're going to be using. Yep. Going to use the auger to drill that hole, and then with this I'm going to use my SGS drill with a socket bit on the end, and we'll get this down into the ground. So let's get that done. Yeah, that'll do. Lots of roots down there. But yeah, that'll do the job. Right, that's a bit. Now the fun bit. Oh, let's take that off there, we don't need that there. There we go. Now my socket isn't actually quite the right size, but it'll do the job. Now, obviously that's got to come off. Hey, you fucker! Safety tip. Don't touch it, it's hot. Wally. You numpty. Right. Oh dear. Yeah. Right, that last bit didn't actually record, I don't think. So what we've done, I've got the box in, and we've got the Flexicon cable. This is what the earth cable is going to run in. It's going to run down that, as you just noticed, it's going to run down that wall. So that's all in. Obviously I will make sure that's all nice and in there properly. When we come to concrete that in, it'd be nice like that. Just concrete around the edge and do that. But I'm not going to concrete that in until I've run that, and I've run the earth cable in there, because it's going to be real fun and games threading that through there. So I don't want to do that until I've done that. So that's as far as we're going to get with that at the moment. So we're going to go back into there and get on with the consumer unit. So I just want to update where we're up to. So this is in, and we've got that connected with the set that I said we were doing. Here we've got the T-piece, and what we've got coming over here, over there, well there will be, there'll be, I'm one way up. Two of those on that wall, then that T-piece is going around there, around that corner, and on this wall again, two of those. Now this has proved me a great deal of fun and games. This whole structure isn't wood, it's concrete. This is all concrete, which has been giving me a great deal of fun and games. Now, as you can probably see, that's quite away from the wall. That's even further away from the wall. And we've got to bend around that. Now, I was not going to do that with a plastic PVC conduit. So what I've built is I'm going to put that flexible conduit between there and adhere it to the wall. Now I'm going to get some masonry screws to do this, because this wall is so thin, and doing wall plugs and normal screws just isn't working properly. It isn't working for me. So today we're going to get this on, get the sockets on that wall, sockets on this wall, get the 2.5mm cable in for the radial. Probably not through that bit yet, because I can't get the masonry screws, but I will do that. Get that in, and then we'll see where we can get up to, maybe with the lights today. But with it raining outside, it's not going to be great, and unfortunately the trench that's been dug is now full of water. Hopefully the weather people are saying that's the last of the rain for the week, so that'd be handy. But anyway, so that's where we're up to. So I'm going to get that on the wall in a minute, and we'll go from there. So there we go, there's one leg on, two sockets down there. Conduit all the way back to the T. I'm happy with that. That was a bit of a bugger getting that straight, with a nice little set in the middle there. I'm happy with that, so now we're going to do the other leg on the wall behind me. Just as an aside, as you can see, we're screwing into this. This is actually attached to the wall, so that's not a lot of room there. So what we've done is I've actually used the small whitehead screws I've got, which are these from Screwfix, and they're doing the job nicely. That's holding on there, that's going nowhere. So using my laser level to get all these as close to true as possible. Not been exactly possible because of the way this the building is built. It's been really hard getting the saddles into exactly the right place, just because of the way it's built, and it's just the screws aren't holding in the right places, but I'm getting it as close as I possibly can. Laser level is invaluable for doing this, and as you can see, that's the level going across this board for the next sockets. So what we're going to do is we're going to line that up, and then using this, which we've seen loads of times in the past, this marksman. I've got loads of these now in my workshop because I go through these like nobody's business. I'm using these things all the flipping time. But they're invaluable for doing this type of work. They really are. Anyway, so I digress. This is from Stanley, by the way, this laser level. The actual tripod is actually for a camera. But, you know, it does the job. In fact, I've got about 3 or 4 different tripods, different heights, for different things. Mainly for the camera work and obviously for the video channel, but they make excellent tripods for the laser level. Anyway, I just wanted to put that in because that's how I'm getting all this leveled up. That laser level is brilliant. I can't remember how much it was. I might put it in the description and where I got it from, because I can't remember that either. Anyway, so we'll get these last 2 sockets on, then that's done, and then we can start getting the cabling in place, which we're doing singles into the sockets. I'm not putting in, as I said before earlier on in the video, I'm not putting in the Flexicon into the main board today, because I haven't got the masonry screws, which I want to try out to see if they'll do a better job in going into this thin concrete. Alright, done. So this, you could argue the first fix for the sockets is done. Well, hardware is put on, I should say, because there's no real first fix for this one. But that's in. So all we need to do now is just run the single cables in, which I'll do. I'll get them to the T-piece there, and then I can finish the job, get it up into the consuming it when those other screws arrive, which are due to arrive later today, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so we're going to run the cables in now. Just thought I'd show people new gadget. I love new gadgets. This is from CK. Just turn it around so you can see the number. CK 95001 stripper. Why have I got that? Because as good as this tool is, this will only ever go up to 4mm cable, won't do any other, and it'll only go down to a certain level. It's been a brilliant piece of kit, and I'm still going to use it, obviously. However, what this thing can do, and I've already tried it and I'll put it on the video later, this can strip twin and earth in one go. Talk about saving time. So I like this, and later in the video I'll be showing how to use it. Okay, so that's all that wiring is done. Now, as you can see, I've started to put in this flexible conduit. So I've already got it into there, and we're going to bring it down into there. But as you can see, how am I going to get into there? Well, my solution is, that's the connector for it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stick that in there. I'm actually going to glue that into the inside of there, and then that clips into that. And then what I'll do is I will try it and find a way of actually getting that attached to the wall so it's nice and neat and tidy. That's the only way I could think of doing it, is just get some glue on that and glue it straight into there. It's a tight fit. It is a tight fit anyway, but I might as well glue it. Right. We're hooked up in there, just waiting for that glue to dry into there. I might as well do the my dead test while I'm here. So we're doing the continuity R1. Doing the continuity R1, R2. So it's hooked up there. I've nailed the leads. So they're all plugged in at the farthest. This is the farthest point of the radial. So there we go, getting point 1. So we're going to do the insulation resistance test next. So I've disconnected everything at this end. So I can do the IR test. And we're plugged in to do the R1, R2 for insulation resistance. Okay, let's switch it up to 500. Okay, that's fine. Safety, we'll turn it off. Let's do R1RN. R1RN. 500. There we go, that's good. So we've done R1, R2, but we'll do R2N. I know you don't have to do that, it's not on the paperwork, but let's do it anyway while we're might as well. No harm, and all's fine. Good. So that's both the dead tests. Absolutely fine. Happy with that. Right. So there we go. just put it all back together again just for tonight. So obviously, like I say, let's wait for that glue to properly dry and go off, and then we'll attach that flexible conduit to the wall. Make sure it doesn't move around. Like I say, all the tests on this radial are all done. That's fine. I'm happy with that. So tomorrow we're going to be laying the cable in the trench. That'll be fun game. So we're going to lay that in the trench along the weather holes, and we'll get the earth bonding to the TT rod done, and see where we go with that. We'll just have to wait and see how far we get with that. It shouldn't be a problem laying the cable in. Let's just rush around here. There it is. There. There's the cable, all 32 metres of it. So we're doing that tomorrow. Get it in so that they can bury it tomorrow, effectively. And then I can carry on what I'm doing. Hopefully, later on tomorrow I'll start on the lights and the lighting circuits, and then the final thing I'll do is get it all hooked up and hooked back to the board in the main building. Still hopefully get this done by the end of the week, hopefully anyway. Time, as I said before, time is cut out because it's a summer term. Sorry, not summer term. It's summer holidays, and so I've got to split the time between working and childcare at the moment. So anyway, let's carry on tomorrow.